Signum Watch Co. was created in 2020 by owner-designer Kyle of Stratton Watch Co. If you've never heard of Stratton watches, you are missing out. Stratton has an outstanding reputation for making some wicked cool watches. You see, Kyle is a car guy. And racing and speed was the inspiration. As Stratton's sister brand, the aim of Signum watches is using unique dials made from natural and man-made materials at affordable prices, pushing the level of creativity from 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Not unlike the fastest accelerating car in the world, the Koenigsegg Gemera. Let's awkwardly bend over a table and take a look at the Signum Cuda. All right, everybody, and welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. I've got a pair of Cudas to show you today. Well, that doesn't sound right at all, does it? First things first, on my wrist today is going to be the Seiko SKX. Very good reason for that, that I will go into a little bit later. And here is that pair of Cudas. Now, a couple of watches today, so to keep this video a little bit shorter, I'm going to try to zip through as quickly as I can while giving you guys a fair look at these watches. So I'm going to start with the heat-treated Meteorite dial. And here is that heat-treated blue Meteorite dial. It is available in a couple of sizes. The other watch that I have here today, the Abalone style, is 42.5. This one is also available in 42.5. This is my personal favorite of the two, 38.5. It's 40 millimeters with the crown. And you guys know I like smaller watches, especially smaller dive watches, so I think this one fits right up my alley, really. So you've got a 38.5 millimeter case, a thickness of 13.2 millimeters, lug to lug of a very short 44 millimeters, which is really, really good, 20 mil lug width. It does taper a little bit. I forgot to measure that down to this clasp here. It is an all 316L stainless steel case, drilled lugs, always nice for strap changes. Screw down crown signed with the Signum logo. A loomed ceramic bezel today. It is 90 click. Going around, I think the action is pretty good. I was told by Signum watches that they were going to improve upon the action of the bezels even further in the production models. This is a prototype model, but I think, there's really not a whole lot to be improved upon. The very little back play, everything lines up nicely. It's a good looking bezel. The star of the show today is going to be that heat-treated Meteorite dial. I think that dial looks absolutely amazing. It is a sapphire crystal, if I forgot to mention, and there is anti-reflective coating on there you can kind of see. So everything is all good there. Sword-style hands, I think they look really, really good. A little paddle-style second hand. The Signum logo just below the 12 o'clock marker, and above the 6 o'clock automatic 200M. You've also got a stainless doesn't have a T. I did it again. Stainless steel chapter ring, which is a nice little accent. All applied indices today. The lume is going to be I don't know if it's C3. It's Super Luminova. That's what's listed on their website. And we will check out the lume in just a bit. And there is a look at the case back. It's a good looking case back with a Barracuda fish in the middle there. Automatic, all stainless steel, 20 ATM. This is a 200 meter water resistant watch, sapphire crystal, and of course it is called the Cuda. The bracelet is a 3-link style bracelet. It is push pins, which I think is completely fine. I'm actually a huge fan of push pins or friction pins, depending on what you want to call them, but I think this is a very substantial bracelet. Not a lot of play in it. I think it works really well with the watch. Going down to this nice milled scissor clasp with 5 micro adjustments, so you are going to be able to get the perfect fit. The Signum Insignia, try saying that 5 times fast, on the buckle of the clasp. And we jump over to the Abalone dial version. This is going to be the larger size of 42.5. It's got a thickness of 13.6, so just about half a millimeter thicker than the 38 millimeter. Lug to lug of 48 millimeters, 22 mil lug width, tapering down to the clasp there. Same clasp, pretty much same everything as the 38.5 model. It's just bigger. So it has all the same goodies as the 38.5 millimeter, just a little bit chunkier drilled lugs, all nice ceramic, blue ceramic bezel insert. Now the bezel on this one is 120 click, so I'm assuming, and I probably need to get that cleared up with Signum, is I'm sure this is 120 click unidirectional bezel. On this one, I don't know why one would be 90 click and the other would be 120. I'm assuming that the other one is 120, and because I have the prototypes here, that is just something that they most likely changed. If it really matters to you, I would reach out to Signum Watches through their website. They're generally very responsive and they can answer all your questions. But this is an Abalone dial, and let me zoom in and check it out. Yeah, it really is just an outstanding dial. You've got the Signum logo applied again below the 12 o'clock marker and again above the 6 automatic 200M. Abalone, you're never going to get two watches that look the same, so your watch is going to be unique to how they cut it. It's the same with the Meteorite dial version. So very unique watches. Signum is trying to do man-made affordable materials, and I think that's just absolutely outstanding, really cool. They're very flashy, they're brashy. I think they just look really, really good. Now this is the date version, so this is going to be powered by the Seiko NH35A movement for the date. And for the no date, and you can also get this in a no date, it is going to be the NH38, so that will not have a ghost date position. It will just have the two positions, the winding position, and then the time setting position, so a nice touch there. So what do I like about these watches? Well, man, how cool is it to wear a Meteorite dial watch? I mean, it's been in space and then crashed down on the Earth and then somebody cut it up and put it in a watch. That's pretty cool. They have a gray Meteorite version on the website, and that's probably the one I would go for just for my personal taste. But I just think it looks amazing, the Meteorite dial, and equally amazing is the Abalone. So if you want to keep your feet firmly planted on planet Earth for your minerals, or whatever Abalone is, I'm not sure what that is, I don't know, but some sort of mineral. Now I'm acting like, now I'm just showing my intelligence level. I don't know what Abalone is, but I know it looks pretty cool. And also for me, I like the case shape. And let me show you on the Abalone version, especially with the bracelet, you'll see that the case downturns quite dramatically. And that even though it is a male end link, it doesn't really protrude that much from the case. So you're gonna get a nice conformity around your wrist. And actually that's why I wore the SKX today, because I wanted to show you a little bit of a comparison between the two. So side by side, they do look very similar. It's a similar size, if not almost identical. But if you notice those end links, and this is a strap code rivet bracelet, you notice they protrude out on the SKX a little bit more. So that watch is going to wear larger than, say, this one. So you're going to get a little bit more conformity to the wrist, maybe than you would for the SKX. But again, just size comparisons. If you are a big fan of the full-size SKX 007, these are pretty much identical in size. So you got an SKX, you're going to know how this one wears. I think, we love the cushion case of the SKX, but with those curved down lugs, this really does fit really, really nicely. And here it is fitting nicely out in the wild on my 7¼ inch wrist. I will briefly go through both of these watches here. I prefer the 38.5 millimeter size. I don't know, I just like the smaller size on that one. I think it works really, really well. And again, the downturn lugs conforms really good, sits nice on the wrist. Just really, really overall, really, really good. I really, really like the lume, and I especially like the lume that's painted down to the 20 marker on the bezel. I think that looks really, really cool. And of course, those indices glow very brightly. All is good with the lume, as you would want with a dive watch. And as you guys know, I'm a huge critiquer of lume pips. And the lume pip today is what everybody should be doing on their watches. Look, it's straight up flat. Flat to the ceramic bezel insert. You are not going to hack that off. It's impossible. It's recessed down. I think everybody needs to be doing that. Starting to see this more and more. I think it's a good thing. So it's something that's going to last over time. And of course, this being ceramic, it's not going to scratch up. You've got sapphire crystal. This watch is going to look great. Meteorite dial just looks fantastic. You can see all the very sharp lines, heat treated, all the goodies there. So I just think, you know, these watches are really, really great. So what do I not like about these watches? Well, really, it really depends on your taste. These watches are going to be a little bit more bold, and that's what, you know, so that's what Stratton watches is known for, and certainly that's carrying over here to Signum. You know, if you're not a guy that likes flashiness, this might not be for you. It's a good quality. It's a great quality build. If you're looking for something that's similar to the SKX, you know, this is a route you could go. The Abalone dial retails in both sizes for $349, and the Meteorite dial is going to be $399. So they are right on that cusp of affordability for what you're getting here. But I think, you know, it's a great company, reputable company. It's a good first stab at, you know, the dive watch. I think, you know, you can tell that Kyle is a fan of dive watches as well, and he's really put a lot of work into these. And I think he's done a great job, and there's really nothing to complain about in regards to the watches. And the full disclosure is these were sent to me by Signum Watches as part of a watch tour. So there's going to be a few guys doing reviews of these. I would definitely check out Ross Wristwatch Love. He's had them. And of course, Miguel over at SoCal Watch Reviews. A couple of my buddies. So check out their reviews of this watch. Certainly Miguel is much better at narrating than I am. So, you know, check his out if you're interested in these watches. But yeah, guys, super cool. Lots of different colorways on their website. Many things to choose from. I think you might be able to find one that suits your fancy. And definitely check out that gray Meteorite dial on their website. It's super, super cool. All right, guys, I will see you next time.